This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I'm your host, Dan, and for today's game, we will be putting the Benchwarmer team of Mason and Scott versus Benchwarmer Eric Ede and returning player, assistant coach for our Patreon team, Alex Binder. Welcome back to the bench, Alex. Why don't you go ahead and take a minute and remind us of where you're from, what teams you root for, and anything else you'd like to share with us.
Yeah, hello, guys. Thanks for having me again. It's my third time on. The second time as a contestant, though. I was insanely nervous the first time, so hopefully tonight won't be too bad. But I live in
we
Southwest.
Did all right, didn't we?
We did. You carried me to victory. I live in Southwest Missouri. I grew up in Kansas, so Chiefs, Royals, Sporting, K-States are my teams. I was also an Avs fan in my childhood, and I kind of stopped paying attention after the lockout in 04, 05, but I've gotten back into it, and I got to say it's way more fun watching hockey than even NBA playoffs right now. So it's been fun watching the Avs cruise to 3-0 in the series, and hopefully by the time you're all listening to this, they'll be hoisting that Stanley Cup. But also, I got to see my Fremantle Dockers take down the Demons with the help of some key injuries. But
well, that's becoming a common thing now. So
yeah, what happened to the second one? Was it the injuries again, or
Sure, let's go with that.
Anyway, thanks for having me again, guys.
Of course, Eric. Why don't you tell us how you're doing here and what your team name is?
Great. The Avalanche are farther than I thought they would be. I don't know how to take this. It's been 20 something years since I won't get into it, Dan. I don't know how you feel about this stuff. But anyway, I just renewed my sock subscription. I haven't had my sock subscription for pre-COVID. So I'm very excited. I upped it a little bit, so I get 2 pairs of socks a month that they pick for me. It's going to be very fun. Maybe they'll be a sponsor. Who knows? Anyway, since the Avalanche are doing really well, the game yesterday was good but bad at the same time. And with that, our team name today, Dan, is going to be Evander Kane is a bag of crap.
We all knew that already, but it's nice to be reminded. Okay, we can go with that. So, Scott and Mason, why don't you guys tell us who's got your team name, and the other one can go ahead and tell us how you're doing. And you know the drill. We've done it before.
All right, yeah, I'll go first since Scott came up with the team name. I'm doing all right. I might be probably the only person out of all the Benchwarmers that is not watching NHL or NBA playoffs because I've been keeping up with college baseball, and LSU somehow has had 2 miraculous comebacks in the 8th and 9th innings, and I don't know. They're playing right now. Hopefully they'll win that one, but college baseball has been kind of crazy this weekend. There's been a lot of really high-scoring games, just wacky things happening. But that's what I've been doing this weekend, just watching college baseball.
Thank you for that. I don't have much going on here. Today, my girlfriend told me that all this time, she has always known that I keep Doritos in my mouth extra long and I lick off all the cheese before I start chewing them. I didn't
throw up in my mouth.
I didn't think that she noticed. I don't know how someone could notice that you're doing that. I didn't know if there was an average time that chip had to be in your mouth before you could chew it that was acceptable. But I really like that she noticed that. So she notices the little things, and I love that. So that was an interesting factoid that happened to me today, because I do that because it avoids having as much dust on your fingers, which is always awkward in public, because then you're like, do I lick it? Do I not lick it? And, I don't want to waste the dust, but I don't want to just go around licking my fingers in a playground. That's not a good message you want to send. So I like to avoid that at all costs. Yeah, I came up with the team name because, Mason's my teammate, and it's pretty well documented that his strong suit is not coming up with the team name. But it was nice to finally hear you on the OT talking about it. So that was refreshing. So because of that, I always try, we did an Alvin Gentry one before. I always try to go something New Orleans sports based when I team with Mason. And so there's someone that apparently has been on his mind recently, and someone that I also think of randomly from time to time. So our team name is going to be, remember Robert Meacham?
Sure.
No.
Yes, you do.
Remembers everybody.
Is he a bag of crap?
I don't
know. We'll have to find out.
I don't know that enough is known about him to make that determination.
Probably.
All right,
Probably.
Everybody is at some point, I guess.
So we have Remember Robert Meacham versus Evander Kane is a bag of crap.
Get ready for these Google hits. Yeah.
You're welcome, Robert Meacham.
Let's kick it on over to past recorded Dan for the rules. We'll be starting off with the coin flip question to warm up the teams. This will be followed by 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions pertaining to sports. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see your today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Does he know about Evander Kane?
Oh, he knew about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he knew very much about him.
He didn't remember Robert Meacham, though.
He didn't.
Not until you asked me to remember him.
Mhm.
Also a bag of crap.
I don't know. I'm looking at his Wikipedia.
Let me guess. He's a pastor. He's a pastor, isn't he? Son of a...
Nope, there it is. I found it. See, if you scroll long enough on someone's Wikipedia page, you will find it. He was jailed 30 days in 2017 for unpaid child support, over 400.
Definitely bag of crap.
Yep.
More so maybe than Evander Kane.
They hit it at the very end, just so you wouldn't see it.
Yep.
I apologize, Evander Kane. There was somebody worse.
All right, so we're going to get this back on the rails here. It is now time for the coin flip, a 50-50 warm-up question worth 10 points. And before we get to the coin flip, just want to remind everybody that's playing and tell everybody that's out there listening for the first time here, I wrote this game tonight in an hour and 10 minutes because I forgot I was hosting tonight. So with that in mind, here comes our game. All right, so we're going to Team Evander Kane is a bag of crap for this one. I would like to know, of these foreign-born golfers, who has the most PGA wins? Gary Player or Vijay Singh?
Well, the nature of these questions, it's going to be very close,
Yeah.
right? So
Flip a coin. What's the first name? I would say Singh, but that's just...
yeah, my gut thought Singh. He had that year
Yeah.
where he won like 7 times, something like that. So
I mean, he wasn't in the ESPN The Body issue like Gary Player was. So does that count as a win? I'm going to count that as a win.
It counts as a win because he was like almost 60 years old or something when he was in there. So
Chiseled is the word I would use.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to go Vijay Singh?
yeah, let's go Singh.
All right. Checking in with Mr. Singh.
Okay. Vijay Singh has 34 PGA wins. And I'm going to tell you, it's actually not close. Gary Player has 24. So 10 points will be going to Evander Kane is a bag of crap.
Should we do a Benchwarmers body issue since we're on the topic?
I've already got one in the works.
Nice. As long as Marcus is on it, I'm happy.
You don't know about it, but
He's got
your
cameras.
I've got your picture already.
I was going to say, wait, somehow I wasn't invited to it, but Lux is in. I don't know about this.
Now that you're all Manscaped.
Heading into the first quarter, we have a score of Evander Kane is a bag of crap with 10. And remember Robert Mitchum? 0.
Mitchum.
No, Robert Meacham, not Robert Mitchum. We all remember him.
Before we get to the first quarter, we wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks. Today's first quarter will be sporting haikus. Sporting haikus. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions in haiku form. Each question is worth 25 points. So, question number 1 in Sporting Haikus. Go Daddy Chevy. Best finish at Indy 5th. DNF last race.
Yeah, we'll just we'll check in, Dan.
All right. Remember Robert Meacham has checked in. So, Evander Kane, you can talk it out.
I mean, I have no other name other than that, so maybe we just have to go with Danica Patrick because,
yeah, I don't know. There's the only name I know that was associated with GoDaddy.
Yeah,
I'm not a big racing fan, so
I don't know that finished 5th. That kind of scared me off, but I can't think of a different name, so let's go with it.
Sounds good.
All right, so you're checking in Danica Patrick.
Yes.
All right, and remember Robert Meacham? What did you have to say?
Yeah, we both sent the same message at the same time, which was Danica Patrick ? Because that's the only thing we were going off of was GoDaddy. We don't know anything about how she ended her career or whether she got 5th or not. So checking the same thing.
Both teams getting points. Correct answer is Danica Patrick. Yeah, the GoDaddy NASCAR car was Danica Patrick. That's really all you need to know on this one. So. Question, if anybody remembers the answer to this, how many points are these worth?
Yeah, I do feel like I think we're to the point where we could probably just take on a couple interns who can keep score for us during the game. Alex, I don't know what your schedule's like, but
I'm in.
We're gonna outsource it. Is that what you're...
Yeah, I mean, come on, 2 years, all these episodes. How have we not done that by now?
Question number 2 in Sporting Haikus: gymnastics 3 golds. Maroon 5 song, Girls Like You. Always speak your truth.
We can check in, Alex.
Okay. Evander Kane is a bag of crap has checked in. So remember Robert Meacham? You can talk it out.
It's not Cardi B, right? She doesn't have 3 gold medals. I know she's on that song with them.
There's like 1,000 people in the music video for it.
Oh, I've never seen. I don't watch music videos anymore.
It's like
I'm
trying to. It's a bunch of people. Like it's just
Sure.
a bunch of people. But my first thought was Allie Raceman. That would make sense. I feel like she might have been the one that said the last line because I remember that would have been the.
That makes sense. The Nasser stuff,
right? That's what I was thinking. So it would make sense. It would be her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's.
And that was very relevant around the time that song came out too. So that makes a lot of sense. She would also be in the video.
Yeah, I remember there was. I definitely remember there was a gymnast in that music video. I think it was her.
Yeah,
that was the first thing that came to mind. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can go.
And I'm sure Adam Levine would like to have her around, like on set too. So it's kind of all adding up. I mean, I'm good with that. I just anyone else with 3 golds, they're probably not as relevant around that time. So I think we go with the person that was in the public eye around the time that song came out.
Right. Yeah.
And if that popped in your head first, then I don't see any reason to go against it.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind. So it would make sense at least.
Cool.
Okay, we're trying Allie Raceman.
All right, and Evander Kane is a bag of crap. What did you say?
Crap. I thought it was Ellen was in that video.
Nice.
Pretty sure she was a gymnast. No, my son actually liked that when he was a baby. That song would calm him down. I don't know why, but anyway,
all Maroon 5 songs do that. Yeah, what are you talking about?
So he really we would put that on YouTube on the TV, and I would probably seen the video more than any adult man should. But yeah, it's Allie Raceman.
Both teams getting points on this one. The correct answer is Allie Raceman, and yeah, she famously wore that "Always Speak Your Truth" T-shirt on the video. Moving on to question number 3. Golden Bears striker, Tottenham Hotspur alum, husband Servando.
Can you read the second line again?
I can read the whole thing again if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Golden Bears striker, Tottenham Hotspur alum, husband Servando.
We're going to check in.
All right. Evander Kane is checked in. Robert Meacham, you talk it out.
Oh, this means almost nothing to me.
Yeah. I know they went to Cal.
Right, yeah, and Tottenham Hotspur. Look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about. I don't know who Servando is. That doesn't help.
I don't know who Servando is either, but I'm picturing like a Fabio type like a one name, like a really probably attractive shirtless guy. That's the first thing that comes to my head when he was like Servando.
Yeah. So
okay.
I feel like this has to be someone who's relatively well known on the women's national team, because otherwise, like
so let's do that. Well, Alex Morgan's not married to my knowledge, because Marcus, I believe, still has a shot.
So who's a striker on that team? That's gonna be the question we get to.
We know it's not Megan Rapinoe,
right?
Based on her love life. Carly Lloyd, I don't know anything about her personal life. And then the rest,
I don't know where any of their alma maters are, so it doesn't help.
Right,
to know
same.
if they went to Cal.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's not helping me either.
Yeah, I guess we just go with one of those and hope for the best.
Of those three, I would probably say Carly Lloyd, just because I don't think Alex Morgan's married. So that takes the husband Servando thing out.
Yeah, I don't have anything. So if that's where you're leaning, then I'm willing to go with it, because I don't have anything other than
the fact that this is a sports
question.
podcast and I'm leaning on an answer based on who someone may or may not be married to says that I don't know much about this one. But Carly Lloyd sounds and looks like maybe she went to Cal. So
sure, yeah, there you go.
All right, we'll check in with Carly Lloyd.
All right, and Evander Kane, what did you say?
I'm going to need you to finish that sentence.
Evander Kane is a bag of crap.
Thank you.
Who did you say?
So Scott, Alex Morgan is married.
Is she married to Servando?
She is married to Servando.
Oh, don't tell Marcus.
She just had a baby like a couple of years ago. So anyway, we checked in with Alex Morgan.
One team getting their points. Correct answer is Alexandra Morgan Carrasco. She's married to Servando Carrasco.
I gotta look this guy up. Hold on.
He's a former player.
He's a handsome guy.
Yeah.
His name's Servando. Of course he is.
All right. Question number 4. All Elite Wrestling. Dancing with the Stars second. Bare knuckle fighter.
I'm not a big wrestling fan, but I always I always pay attention to who's on Dancing with the Stars, because it makes me furious that I don't know who any of them are. Like, how are they stars? I don't even know anything about you.
Robert Meacham,
Dancing with the Scrubs.
We need Robert Meacham on one of the seasons.
Watchy's been on and we just don't know it.
I thought it was finally canceled. They finally ran out of like YouTube stars to put on there.
They were like, we're done. The well is run dry.
Yeah.
They drew the line at Mr. Beast.
Oh my! Whoa!
He was on there.
What?
No,
did I miss that one?
No.
I'm about to say.
Oh, like minutes.
Was he selling burgers on there or something?
All right, we're gonna check in.
All right. Remember, Robert Meacham has checked in. Evander Kane is a steaming bag of crap. You can talk it out.
Last time I watched professional wrestling was when I was a 6th grader, the Monday Night War or something like that. So
Nice.
I'm not going to be able to help at all with this one. I don't even have a guess.
There was a wrestler on there. I can't remember her name. I want to say Baker. Is that a wrestler? Anything? No, nothing.
There's nothing. I don't.
We're for some Baker pops in, so we're gonna check in with Baker.
All right, and remember Robert Meacham? What did you say?
I really hope Britt Baker's not a bare knuckle fighter, since she's a wrestler and also a dentist. I don't know how those careers would all go together. I know that this person was a fighter, and I know she recently just signed and debuted to AEW, so I'm hoping it's her. We checked in with Paige Van Zandt.
One team is getting their points. The correct answer is not Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, but you did remember that there was a Baker, so I'm giving you pretend points for that. Correct answer is Paige Van Zandt, who most recently, before her time in AEW started, was with the Bare Knuckle Fighters Association, or whatever it's called. That's the last group that sanctioned her. So after the first quarter, we have a score of Evander Kane is a bag of crap, has 85, and just behind them, remember Robert Meacham has 75.
Support for today's Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. All of us here at Benchwarmers received the Performance Package as a part of our Manscaped sponsorship, and I can speak with authority that it is filled with all sorts of goodies. I highly recommend you give it a try. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you use the code BENCH at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. So don't forget, use the promo code BENCH, BENCH, at checkout, manscaped.com.
Which will bring us to the second quarter, 5-on-3. Five on three. For this quarter, there will be 3 categorized lists containing 5 items, where each item is worth 10 points. The teams will attempt to guess as many items as they can. However, if a team has an incorrect guess, they will receive 0 points for that list. All right, question number 1 in 5-on-3. I'd like you to name me the last 5 Triple Crown of horse racing winners.
Okay, where's Rowan when you need them?
Yeah, Rowan, if you're out there listening,
yes.
Forgive us.
All right, we're going to check in.
Evander Kane is a bag of crap has checked in. So remember Robert Meacham. You can talk it out.
I say we do all 5, Mason.
Yeah. So I was telling Scott so I host trivia weekly, and within the last few weeks, there was a question where they asked the last so many Triple Crown winners. So this is somewhat fresh on my mind. So yeah, Justify and American Pharaoh, the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think from what we kind of pieced together, the 70s is where the last 3 were. Because Secretary was 73, and then Seattle Slew and Affirmed were like late 70s. I want to say they were back-to-back years, like 77, 78, 76, 77, something
That sounds about right, yeah.
I'm just making sure there's nothing else.
Right. Well, because
I don't think there was.
I'm pretty sure there was a gap after the 70s, right?
Right. And then there was a big gap, I think, before Secretariat, like the 40s, I think was before that. So unless I'm missing something, I think we go with that.
I think we should go with it. It's a good chance they did all 5 because I'm sure Ede has all the newspaper articles in his mind that he's just reading through anyway. So,
yeah. So we're going to go ahead and check in. We'll go 5. We're going to go Justify, American Pharaoh, Affirmed, Seattle Slew, Secretariat.
All right. And Evander Kane is a big flaming bag of crap. What did you say?
We had the same 5: Justify, American Pharaoh, Affirmed, Seattle Slew, and Secretariat.
Well, you're both getting your points. Good job. And there really isn't anything else to say because those are the last 5 to have won it. And you're right. There was a very large gap between the 70s and then when finally American Pharaoh did it. And there was another big gap before that had happened too. So that'll move us on to the second question. Speaking of the Triple Crown, I'd like you to name the last 5 teams to have had an MLB Triple Crown winner.
You said MLB?
MLB. And I do mean the batting Triple Crown, not the pitching Triple Crown.
I was going to ask that.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. We're going to check in.
Vander Kane is a steaming bag of crap, has checked in. And remember, Robert Meacham, you can talk it out.
Oh, man.
This is tough because we're
Tigers.
missing some pieces. Yeah. And Red Sox.
Yes.
And then I'm pretty sure Yankees have to be in there for Mantle.
I would think so too. So then, yeah, one of the questions did anyone do it between Mantle and Yastrzemski?
Right, because so Yaz would have been like in the late 60s.
67.
Right? Okay, and then Mantle would have been like mid 50s.
So in that 10 right, in about 10 years.
Definitely possible somebody could have.
Right, because it was more common then than it
right.
obviously has been.
Yeah, there was I I keep thinking of a bunch of guys like in the 30s, but that
I know.
maybe outside the time frame.
That's why I'm trying to think if there are guys in the 50s, 60s.
Right. That's
not Hank Aaron, not Mays, but
yeah. So I mean,
like
the
I don't.
other ones.
Did
like,
Clemente ever do it?
I don't think so. I don't think not for the home runs. I don't think he would have been up there. So I can name a couple other ones, but obviously, like Roger Hornsby was the first one, so it's not. He's going to be outside of it.
Sure.
Ted Williams doesn't matter because we have
Red Sox.
Red Sox already.
That's why I asked, did Stan Musial do it?
I don't think so, but for some reason, I remember a guy. There's something, or two guys that did it in the same year or something.
You said you think that's in the 30s? Yeah,
I think it's like. I don't. The
right,
problem
so
is
then,
there could be some guys in the 40s.
I was going to say 40, even guys in the 50s before Mantle. Is there a Dodger? Is there another Yankee? Well, that wouldn't matter, but is there a Dodger?
Yeah.
Is there a Giant? Giants had really good hitters.
Yeah. I mean, we have three solid ones. The question is, do we want to throw in like
Cardinals?
At least for Cardinals, that would give us a number of options.
It would give us Stan Musial in case, in the off chance he did do it. If this guy from the 30s.
Right. That I think play for the Cardinals. If this somehow goes all the way back to Roger Hornsby, which it probably doesn't, but it gives us that.
Well, but it could though too, right? Because even if guys did it after that, they could have played for the Yankees or the Red Sox, so it could.
Yeah.
I'm fine throwing it in. We're facing Eric. We need to gamble a little bit. I say we throw Cardinals in and do those four.
Okay. So we're going to go Tigers, Red Sox, Yankees, Cardinals.
All right.
We'll check that.
And Evander Kane is a bag of crap. What did you say?
We had the Tigers as well for Miggy, of course. The Red Sox with Yaz and probably Ted Williams. Not Ted. The Yankees with Mantle and Orioles with Frank Robinson. And we didn't go any further than that, so we checked in with those four teams.
Both teams will be receiving 40 points. Ooh. So let's break it down. Let's walk it backward. Yes, in 2012, Miggy won it. Then you had to go all the way back to 67 with Yastrzemski with the Red Sox. The year before Yastrzemski was Frank Robinson with the Orioles. Then you had Mickey Mantle in 1956 with the Yankees. Then Ted Williams did it twice, but we already had the Red Sox. Lou Gehrig did it in 1934. But before that, in 1937, the same year that War Admiral won the Triple Crown of horse racing, Joe Medwick of the St. Louis Cardinals won the Triple Crown. So that's what we were looking for: the Tigers, the Red Sox, the Orioles, the Yankees, and the Cardinals. And then in 1933, it was done by two people in the same year, and they were both in Philadelphia. One with the Athletics and one with the Phillies. It was Chuck Klein and Jimmy Fox.
Klein. Okay.
Yeah, I had some stuff conflated. I was like, yeah, there's two guys in the same year that did it. And I thought it was the Cardinals guy. Luckily, that didn't influence anything. But
all right, question number 3, and this is where I'm going to say again, I'm very, very sorry, but I only had like an hour to write this. And Scott, you're welcome, maybe?
Yeah, you're worrying me if this is some sort of wrestling Triple Crown.
It's not. I ran out of options for the Triple Crown.
Okay.
So instead I went with 3, as in the big 3.
Oh.
I would like to know the 5 big 3 coaches who are members of the Basketball Hall of Fame as a player, not named Julius Erving.
Okay. I can name most of the coaches in the big 3, Mason. So all we have to do is make sure that they're Hall of Famers. I feel very confident about these 3 right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this person has gone in pretty recently. I believe so.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Okay. If you feel good about it, then I'm willing to go with
I feel I'm very confident on 3, and then the 4th, it's just a matter of if they're still coaching. They've been coaching the last like 3 or 4 seasons.
So it makes sense that we still be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
All right, Dan, we're checked in.
All right. Remember Robert Meacham is checked in. So Evander Kane is a bag of crap. You can talk it out.
Yeah, so I've only seen a few Big 3 games. I'm not sure I saw any last year.
Oh, this is one,
So-
Mason.
I'm not feeling super confident, but I know some
Not
guys
Hall
I
of Fame.
threw towards Ede were, I think I've seen like Charles Oakley coaching, but Ede doesn't think he's in the Hall of Fame.
He better not be.
And he's like a borderline guy. Maybe.
He better not be.
He
If
better
he is,
not
if
be.
the Basketball Hall of Fame is a scam, if he's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, there's like 5
Ugh.
basketball Hall of Fames, right? There's one in Kansas City. But I think they do all basketball, not just the NBA. So
All right, so let's go with Allen Iverson. I know. Then again, I mean, current. Who knows? These are people I know have. So Allen Iverson, Rick Barry, Lisa Leslie, that other lady, Lieberman.
I think I don't know who that is. I'm embarrassed to say, but I think Dan said they were coaches who made the Hall of Fame as players.
Yeah,
That included.
I'm pretty sure she did.
Okay.
No, you're gonna just make me second guess myself.
Well, like I said, I know women's sports far less than you do. So.
Nancy Lieberman. She was a basket. She played. So I mean, as far as I know,
She played at least once.
at
That's
least
enough to
she
qualify.
played at least one game of basketball in her life. So
It qualifies. There you go. Hall of Fame right there.
qualifies. So I say we just go with those 4, and I don't remember the 4 that I said. So Dan, don't ask me to repeat that.
I remember you said Lieberman,
Leslie,
Leslie, Iverson, and
Iverson.
Barry.
There you go.
Barry.
Okay. And remember Robert Meacham. What did you say?
So I think I named every Big 3 coach in our chat except for the one that I just now remembered, who's the 5th one, Mason, unfortunately. I knew Michael Cooper's not in the Hall of Fame as a player, Rick Mahorn, Steven Jackson, Gilbert Arenas. None of those guys are in the Hall of Fame as players. Charles Oakley is definitely not in the Hall of Fame as a player. Knew Lieberman for sure because she's like the talk of the Big 3, and they won the championship a couple years ago. And yeah, Lisa Leslie for sure. Gary Payton absolutely is coaching Bivouac this season. And then I knew that Rick Barry was coaching. I couldn't remember if he was still currently coaching, but we went with those 4. So we went with Nancy Lieberman, Lisa Leslie, Rick Barry, and Gary Payton. I'm pretty sure now that George Gervin coached the Ghost Ballers, and that's the other one, but I didn't remember that till afterwards.
One team will be getting their points, and Scott just ran all 5 of them down. AI is not coaching.
No, he
right
only
now.
coached the first season.
But yeah, your correct answers are George Gervin, Rick Barry, Gary Payton, Nancy Lieberman, and Lisa Leslie.
Wow. Good job, Scott.
For once, my Big 3 knowledge
About time. Yeah.
has helped.
Comes
Yeah.
in.
All right. Well, after the second quarter, we have a score of Evander Kane is a bag of crap, has 175, but we've had a lead change because remember Robert Meacham is at 205. And that will bring us to halftime. It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions pertaining to sports, with each question worth 25 points. All right, for halftime, I'm going to read you a movie quote. I want you to tell me the actor that said the quote. I'm looking for the actor, not the character, not the movie, the actor. Question number 1. Well, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. When you buy a hat like this, you better get a free bowl of soup, huh? Looks good on you, though.
All right, we can check in.
Vander Kane is a bag of crap is checked in. Remember Robert Meacham? You can talk it out.
I've never heard this in my life. I'm gonna guess you haven't either.
No. I mean, at least from quotes are probably the worst thing.
Yeah,
because
I know.
if I haven't seen a movie, I'm not going to know a quote out of context. So
Yeah, this sounds like something a comedian would say, right? To try to be funny.
To try to be funny.
Well, because
Yeah,
like
it's-
maybe it's an age thing, but like my hot take is like those comedians from like those 80s movies, they're not very funny to me. Like Chevy Chase and Steve Martin, I don't particularly find that type of humor funny. But I'm thinking maybe this is Chevy Chase and Caddyshack. I really don't know. I something about but what's a movie where people would wear hats?
the worst looking hat.
Something about a bowl of soup, right?
Free
Bowling
bowl
for
of
soup
soup.
or something, right? Yeah.
1985. There you go. So what movie came out?
Caddyshack came out around 1985.
There you go. Done.
All right, we're gonna check in with
Lock
Chevy
it up,
Chase.
like Eric Ede would say. Lock it up.
All right. And Evander Kane is a steaming bag of crap. What did you say?
Well, this is the rare question, or rare answer, I should say, that I knew immediately. And Scott and Mason, you're so close. It is Caddyshack, but it's Rodney Dangerfield who says it.
Looks good on you, though.
Oh well, if you said it like, come on.
That is correct. The correct answer is Rodney Dangerfield.
I actually do
Caddyshack.
find him to be funny. I love Rodney Dangerfield. Rest in peace.
All right, on to question number 2. I am good. You know what? You're a lousy kindergarten teacher. I've seen those finger paintings you bring home. They suck.
This is how we lose our lead very quickly.
Oh, I know. I was when he said what our deficit was. I thought to myself, all right, how far are we going to be down after this?
Yeah.
It's 100% it. We're going to check in.
Evander Kane is a bag of crap, has checked in. Remember Robert Meacham? Talk it out.
Something with a kindergarten teacher in it, but not Billy Madison.
I was thinking Billy Madison. But I was like,
Because that's not a sports movie.
Right. Yeah.
And then I was thinking of what's the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop. Yeah.
It's like that doesn't
No.
work either.
There's nothing even sports related in this quote. So it's not like we can even figure out.
Well,
the
I'm
movie.
trying to think if there's a sports movie where someone was a kindergarten teacher. There's a similar line to this in the movie Hardball when Keanu Reeves says to Diane Lane, "Oh, well, you're just a boring school teacher," but that's not this. So,
I am good. That's the start of this quote. So someone that's
yeah, I don't know.
very cocky.
What was the rest of it? I am good, and you're just a.
I am good. You know what? You're a lousy kindergarten teacher. I've seen those finger paintings you bring home. They suck.
So probably someone that's married to a kindergarten teacher. If they're bringing them home, or I don't know. It's just what was Renee Zellweger's profession in Jerry Maguire?
Who in the hell's Renee Zellweger?
Was she a kindergarten teacher in that movie? I have no idea. I haven't seen Jerry Maguire
I haven't
in like
seen it.
20
So-
years.
I haven't seen it.
I'm good. All right.
That sounds a Shooter
cocky?
McGavin kind of thing. Shooter McGavin. There you go. No.
Who's that? Chris McDonald?
Yeah. I mean, but he doesn't say anything about that. I've seen Happy Gilmore a few times. I don't remember anything about finger paintings and kindergarten teachers.
I'm good. You're I
don't know.
I have no idea.
There's nothing sports related in this.
I know.
Dude,
We just have to pick. We just have to pick a random sports movie and hope that it's that one.
We got close last time, but it was only because of the hat clue.
Well, and because it seemed like someone that was trying to be funny, which led me to Chevy Chase.
This doesn't even seem like it.
I'm good. Someone cocky. Jeff Bridges, Big Lebowski. Lock it in.
Those are sports movies, but okay.
That's bowling's a sport.
Is it really part of the movie though? From my understanding of the movie, I don't think it's. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. It might be a big part of it. Who knows?
Dan has used it before.
But
that
was actually non-sports movies with sports quotes.
Right.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, so that's out. I don't know.
Kevin Costner. Why not?
You know what?
Sports movie.
Yes.
Let's go for
yes.
it.
It was a
Kevin
very dramatic
Costner.
scene in Draft Day.
Checked
Yes.
in.
I remember the finger painting scene in Draft Day. You don't remember that?
The finger painting scene in Draft Day.
Yes.
Write that down. All right. Where were we? Evander Kane, he's a bag of crap. What did you say?
Go ahead, Alex.
Yes, I felt pretty strongly immediately that this was Adam Sandler, but for some reason I was thinking it was Billy Madison, but I confused that movie with Happy Gilmore. The scenes kind of run together. in some places in my mind. And Ede's pretty sure that it was Happy Gilmore, but either way, we're pretty sure it's Adam Sandler.
This is the second time in a row that you guys have been on the right movie and just didn't get the actor. It is Happy Gilmore. He's yelling it through the intercom from his apartment at his girlfriend who was leaving him. And after he says, "Yeah, they suck." I'm sorry,
That's right.
baby. I didn't mean that.
And he has relations with a little Asian lady.
Yes.
I know the scene. Wow. Okay. I wouldn't have, that was such an inconsequential part of that movie that I wouldn't have pulled that.
I've never seen it, so.
I remember that scene, but it's just, it's not relevant much to the movie. So
I'm not a big Adam Sandler guy.
Hell no. Damn alligator bit my hand off.
you're going to die, clown.
Question number 3. Hey, losing is never fun, but here's a little something to keep your spirits up. It's real nice. Got it at Target. It's on sale.
We can check in.
I didn't even get the quote down.
Evander Kane is a bag of crap, has checked in. Remember Robert Meacham. Go ahead and talk it out. See if maybe you can come up with the right movie and the wrong character.
All right, so let's go with a golf movie because the first 2 have been golf movies. Let's just go with that.
Goon?
Tin Cup. Greatest game ever played.
Bagger Vance.
Yeah. Here you
go.
Can you read the quote again? I
Yes,
didn't even get
of
anything
course I
down.
can.
I got nothing down except Target.
Hey, losing is never fun, but here's a little something to keep your spirits up. It's real nice. Got it at Target. It's on sale.
I don't know if this is a golf movie.
I mean, the first 2 have, so
Yeah, it's just like losing is. It sounds like losing is never fun. Sounds like it's a coach addressing like a team or a kid. I thought maybe a Little Giant in my head or something.
How long has Target been around?
That's a great question.
I mean, it's probably been for a while. Too much
Dodgeball?
Minnesota. Too
I
much
grew
Minnesota
up
right there.
I grew up about 5 minutes from the first Target.
That's what I was saying. Too much Minnesota.
Yeah. Is this?
What? There was
something
Super
like-
Target once.
Oh, nice.
There's one in Baton Rouge. Very nice.
Do you get to put your like cart on the thing and it takes it up the second level for you, like the super Walmarts?
What?
Dude, Walmart Supercenters, when it's the 2 floors, but they have an escalator for your cart. It's phenomenal.
The Target in downtown Minneapolis has that.
Oh, it's so cool. And then, you when you're young, you just, you sit in the cart and you go on the escalator and it just takes
like
you
a
up
roller
to the
coaster,
second
yeah.
level. It's awesome. Anyways, dodgeball. I don't know.
I don't
Eric knew
remember
it
anything
so fast.
I don't remember anything about this in Dodgeball.
Basketball.
Oh, that's the greatest sports movie of all time. We decided that, right? So
America decided it.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. But who's in that?
What's his name? Isn't Trey Parker and Matt Stone the 2 guys that? Those are 2 guys. I mean, Ernest
Victoria
Borgnine.
Selfstead, Playmate of the Year.
That's a line from the movie.
Oh,
I don't know what's from any movie anymore. So
it's obviously it's a comedy movie. That's why I thought Dodgeball, but
I don't know. None of these quotes are very funny, so I don't know.
Right, but this is supposed to be funny. Like,
Wow.
it was at Target on sale. That it's supposed to be funny, right? Like, that's a line that only like a Vince Vaughn could make funny, though. Like, that's all delivery. Because if you just say it like Dan said it, it's not that it doesn't sound funny.
You'll say it the way it is.
Dryly, yes.
You crap all over it the same way Dan did.
I don't know.
This is painful. Let's
If
just
you
go to
want
the
to
third
say it's a
quarter.
golf movie, should we just like? Oh, Miracle. Kurt Russell.
It's one of the Herb Brooks quotes.
From that golf movie, Miracle.
The legs feed the wolf, boys, and you can get this at Target.
Yeah, the Target thing's really throwing me.
Are there any movies set in Minnesota that would be relevant?
The Mighty D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Miracle.
Well,
It's not from D2.
there you go. Miracle. There you go. It lines up. Everything lines up. There it is.
So we think Kurt Russell.
Sure. I mean,
I don't think he would say that.
Can we insert Josh sighing right here? Because we just insert a montage of that right here. Because that's how I feel. I'm done with this round.
All right, let's. They didn't lose a lot. No, Rick Moranis wouldn't say that.
And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Right? Yeah, no, he wouldn't say that. He said it in Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
All right.
Oh man, I feel like it's someone addressing a team or one person with the losing sucks thing, but that doesn't narrow it down either because most sports movies have a coach and losing in them.
Right, it wouldn't be fun if we just won all the time.
But this doesn't strike me as like a Denzel Washington. Like I Remember the Titans. Like I can't.
I wish this line was in Remember the Titans.
Real nice. Got it at Target.
It was on sale.
Are we coming to a conclusion here, guys?
No.
We've been fighting racial injustice, but Target's got this on sale, guys.
The funny thing is if they knew what it was that was actually on sale, that makes it even funnier.
Oh boy. I literally don't have.
No. No.
All right. Let's do Will Ferrell and hope that it's like kicking and screaming.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Will Ferrell checked in.
All right. And Evander Kane is a bag of crap. What did you have to say?
Well, that's a bag of crap answer. It's Will Ferrell from Talladega Nights.
No.
Flipping off another race car driver saying, I got this at Target. It's real nice.
Let's go.
Wow.
Correct answer is Will Ferrell. Yes, he's flipping off Jamie McMurray.
Hey, we got points, Mason.
Another movie I've seen multiple times that I don't remember that. Again, inconsequential, I guess, to the movie, but sure.
We got points.
That's just amazing.
I mean, we had to back into something. The first two questions, we had the right movie for multiple times. So finally back into an answer here. But,
oh, man. All right. So after halftime, we have had a lead change again, but it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. Evander Kane is a big bag of crap, has 250 and only 20 points behind them. Remember, Robert Meacham has 230. We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Benchwarmers TP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks. That will bring us to the third quarter, which will be Flop, Turn, and River. Flop, Turn, and River. For this quarter, there will be 3 questions consisting of 5 clues. The first 3 clues will be given before the teams decide if they want to check in with their guests. The last 2 clues will be given one at a time, with teams deciding if they want to check in with their guests after each subsequent clue. If a correct answer is checked in after the first 3 clues, the team will receive 50 points. After the 4th clue, 30, and after the 5th clue, 20. Question number 1. What am I? My last Division I national championship was in 1992. Rick Hertensteiner is one of my current head coaches. I'm located in the Pacific time zone.
Okay, Rick Hertensteiner.
sounds like a fake name.
It sounds like Rick Steiner's alias when he travels.
When he's in pain.
Rick Hertensteiner.
You want to risk, Alex?
We could do an expected value calculation based on the probability you think you have this and the points we'd receive. I'm sorry, I teach sports analytics to my sports econ students.
That hurt my brain way more.
I like that.
I wanted it to. with that said,
how good do you feel about it? Do you feel better than 75%?
I do.
We should go for it.
All right, we're gonna check in.
All right. Evander Kane is a big bag of crap is checked in. Remember, Robert Meacham, you can now talk it out for the rest of the questions.
Okay. So, for some reason, Rick Hertensteiner is ringing in my head as a college baseball name. Like
it definitely sounds like one.
My first thought off of that's Cal State Fullerton because they're always good. I think they've won a national championship. I don't know when.
Right, but if they're always good, have they won more than one in the last 30 years?
They haven't won, at least from 2000 on.
Okay.
They're always good. They're just never. And in the 90s, I'm pretty sure they were still good. So it would make sense that they won it. It fits, obviously Pacific time zone. Yeah. I wouldn't feel comfortable enough going for it. Not even close.
My issue is I don't know anything about Cal State Fullerton, so I don't even know if clues 4 and 5 would help me. So it's like, do you feel like you know enough about that school to where a 4th or 5th clue would definitely give it to you? Like just off the top of your head, like I don't know any of them.
I mean, unless clue 5 is like they're located in Fullerton. Well, then Fullerton, California. There you go.
That's my thing. It's like if we're thinking it, if we're gonna probably maybe go with that anyway, do we just do it now?
I mean,
because like we can take another clue and then be in the same spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless we get something that's a different sport, maybe that.
Yeah.
That would be the only thing we'd be banking on. I might even be wrong about all of this. Like that's just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing too. It's 30 years without a title, so any of the big schools we know are out, right? So.
Yeah.
So it is going to be something small.
I'm trying to think of the 90s College World Series because LSU was there like almost every year. They won 5 and then from 91 to 2000. So.
Well, I wonder if they lost to Cal State Fullerton in 1992. I don't know. It's up to you. I'll leave it up to you. If you want to take another clue, fine. If you want to go for it, I don't think a clue is going to help me unless, like you said, it's.
I'm hoping maybe we get something.
Team nickname is this, or the colors are this, like.
Right.
But if we just get another fact, their volleyball team, something like that's not going to help.
This could be, who knows? This could be volleyball for all we know.
Nah, Rick Hertensteiner's not coaching volleyball. Not with that name.
I don't know. I don't. That's the first thing I thought of for college baseball teams. And
he should be a wrestling coach with that name. It sounds like Isaac Hartenstein.
It could be a wrestling. Like we don't know. We don't even know what sport. This is just me.
Right. No, I know.
Spitball.
So maybe we do like take another one then.
Yeah. Like I said, it just feels for some reason I recognize that as a college baseball name, but it may just be someone close to it that isn't. I don't know.
Sure.
And I'm trying to think. I don't think Cal State Fullerton made the postseason, so it's not like I would have heard it recently. It's just something's jogging. So I feel like we should take it because
okay.
Maybe we get something that's hopefully helpful to us. We'll see what happens.
All right. We'll take another clue, Dan.
All right. Clue number 4. I am a member of the West Coast Conference for baseball and basketball.
Okay. Well, at least we have something with basketball. I don't know who's in the West Coast Conference for basketball, so that doesn't.
The West Coast Conference. Not the Western Athletic.
No.
Because that's like Nevada, right? So.
I think this just tells us location-wise the same thing. It's in the Pacific time zone, so it's probably in the West Coast Conference.
Right. What is the West Coast Conference?
There isn't an East Coast Conference, so that didn't help. So sorry.
No, don't apologize to me. Yeah. Entry apologizing to us. West Coast Conference.
I am going to apologize to you because there is one bit of information that is incorrect in this, but it's not going to really play into this at all.
Okay.
They did win a national championship in men's volleyball in 2005.
Oh, Scott was right.
Shh. Dude, that's not right.
Do you guys need to uncheck it?
No, I think we're okay.
Changed your answer. I don't know who's good at men's volleyball, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm still stuck on this West Coast Conference.
Cal State Fullerton could very well be in the West Coast Conference.
I know.
Oh, man.
I know they can.
They might be. Who knows? They might be in it. And I just...
It's for baseball and basketball. So West
do
Coast
they not-
Conference is D1?
Yeah, it has. It is. They won a Division I championship in 1992, so I think they're still D1. Otherwise, this would be even harder of a question.
I mean, that would make sense because Fullerton's football team wouldn't be.
I don't think they have. Yeah,
Division One. So
do they have a basketball team? I don't even.
I think they have one in the West Coast Conference. I think.
Yeah. It's like name a school in California. It might be in the West Coast.
Yeah, I think they have I'm pretty sure they have a basketball team.
Hopefully, Clue 5 is a giveaway.
Yeah,
that doesn't give us anything more than what we had.
It does not. All right, let's take Clue 5.
Yeah,
right?
Let's hopefully maybe get an alumni or some alumnus or something. We can go from there. But yeah, we'll take Clue 5.
All right, Clue 5 coming at you. My sports team's nickname is the Waves.
That's not Cal State Fullerton.
No, this is like San Diego or San Jose.
It's not San Diego. San Diego's the Toreros, I think, or something. No, maybe not. I want to say
it's not San Jose State.
Waves. Why
right?
have I heard that? No,
I know.
San Jose State's the Spartans.
Right. I know it's not San Jose State, but it's also not Hawaii, which.
So this must be like a school. Okay, it's still on the West Coast. They're waves. Yes, there's a shoreline. That's this is aggravating me because that rings a bell. But
yeah, I feel like I can see the logo, but I can't.
So what's on the logo?
It's the school, a wave.
Is there a letter? Is there a letter on?
I want to say S. That's why it's like San Jose, San Diego, like one of the Sands.
San Bernardino.
No, that's not D1 for anything.
I'm trying here.
Well, because I mean that pretty much confirms kind of that it's California, right? I mean,
yeah, it's not going to be. It's a school in Oregon, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, and if it's waves, it's assumed it is, it's definitely coastal, so it's not going to be anything Southern California. Like,
you're gonna need an answer here.
Not San Jose State. There's not just a San Jose, San Diego. San Diego State's the Aztecs. San Francisco something.
San Francisco State's the Dons.
No, I know
San Francisco's the Dons.
San Francisco's the Dons.
San Francisco State. There might be. Who knows?
Is there like a coastal San Francisco?
Yeah, like coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
Coastal California. I don't know. He keeps bringing up West Coast Conference and waves. Maybe it has coast in it. Who knows? I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Sure, coastal California. I like that.
There we go.
All right. Evander Kane is a bag of crap. What did you say?
Mr. Hertzsteiner has popped up a couple times.
It's Hertensteiner.
Whatever. He's come up a few times. He's an interesting guy. He's actually, I believe, the head coach of Pepperdine University. So we went with Pepperdine.
One team is getting points. Correct answer is Pepperdine University. They won the College World Series in 1992. Yep. They also won the men's volleyball tournament in 1992 and then again in 2005, which I did mess up on that one. Sorry about that. But if you were hanging your hat on men's college volleyball, then if you can honestly tell me that, then I'll give you the points.
I passed Pepperdine like 2 weeks ago. Did not know they were called the Waves.
I forgot they existed.
West Coast Conference, by the way, is Gonzaga. That's the
okay. That's why no one knows the other teams in there because
Gonzaga wins. Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. Who am I? I played my entire 4-year college career in the Big Ten from 1981 to 1985. 2. I held my team's college passing yards record until it was broken in 1998. 3. I am the only quarterback from my school to have beaten Michigan, Notre Dame, and Ohio State in the same year?
Okay, we'll take one more.
Scott and Mason, you're going to take one more?
We should,
Yeah,
right? Because we don't even have a name that's materialized.
We need to.
Okay. Clue number 4. I played for the Rams, Saints, and Chargers.
We can check it.
Yep, they got it.
All right. Evander Kane is a bag of crap is checked in. So remember Robert Meacham. You can talk it out.
Saints. Okay.
This doesn't help me at all because those teams in like the mid 80s to early 90s,
they were
not teams that I know much about.
Okay, let me think. For the Saints in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, Bobby Hebert, but he went to a school in Louisiana.
I feel like it's safe to say it's not the Saints that this person was good with because the Saints weren't good.
The only other, because all the guys I think of are like Louisiana people, like John Fourcade was.
And was it the Rams and the Chargers?
So probably drafted by the Rams, I'm guessing.
Right, yeah, in that order probably. So
Chargers.
The Chargers could be later in their career.
Someone on the Super Bowl team that like the Chargers, because the Chargers went Super Bowl in the mid-90s, so it could.
Who was their quarterback again?
I have no idea.
I just watched that Super Bowl not long ago too.
Andre Coleman ran a kickoff.
I can tell
back.
you because it's not him.
Oh.
But
that's our K-State alum. Andre Coleman ran a kickoff back for a touchdown in that beatdown they took.
And that beatdown, yeah.
Right.
That was Stan Humphries, wasn't it?
Yes,
Ooh,
it was Stan Humphries.
That's a name.
Yeah. Again, going off the clues, he was this school's passing leader until 1998 when it was broken.
So who are guys in 98 that would be passing?
Well, obviously it's not, and it's Big Ten, right? So we can eliminate Peyton Manning. We can eliminate Ryan Leaf.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of who else. Because it's likely that this guy that passed him probably played from 95 to 98-ish.
Or it could be someone, maybe even 99 they could have got drafted too.
Sure. But I mean, break it. But either way, so it's like mid-90s, they had a prolific passing quarterback at that school in the Big Ten. And we know it's not Michigan because they beat Michigan.
Or Ohio State.
Or they beat Ohio State.
Right. So
we're looking at, like, again, Purdue, maybe?
It's not Drew Brees.
Who'd they have before Drew Brees?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Right. Minnesota seems obvious. Indiana. Could Antoine Randall L have broken could he have been the Indiana QB that broke this person's record?
Maybe.
Time frame fits.
So who's an Indiana quarterback that was drafted in the mid 80s?
No idea.
that played for the Rams, Saints, and Chargers.
I have nothing on this. Yeah. I don't even have
We're going to need a decision on whether
we need another clue.
We need another clue.
Hope for the best again.
Pepperdine.
Yeah.
Clue number 5. I bet you don't call me Chris again.
Oh.
Jim Everett.
Yeah. Okay.
Those teams make a lot of sense now.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know where he went to school, but oh well. That's fine.
We don't need to.
Yeah, we don't need to. We're done.
Jim Everett checked in.
All right. And Evander Kane's a big bag of crap. What did you say?
Alex had Drew Brees. He said probably beat the record, so he went to Purdue. I'm like, who was Purdue's quarterback in the 80s? And we hung out for a minute to make sure that and then he threw the teams out, and Jim Everett made sense, so we went with Jim Everett.
Both teams are getting points on this one. The correct answer is Jim Everett. After his career ended, Everett received an MBA degree from Pepperdine University.
Oh, my goodness.
I was trying to do a stream of consciousness thing with this, and I just clicked on famous Pepperdine alumni, and Jim Everett came up, and I'm like, wait a minute, he didn't go there. Yeah. All right. Moving on to number 3 with What Am I? Number 1, I was named after the first president of a Big Four sports league. 2, my first winner was a team called the Stars. 3, I'm given annually to the champion of a minor league sports franchise.
Dan, we can check it.
Evander Kane is a bag of crap is checked in. Remember Robert Meacham? You can talk it out.
Okay. So
Yeah, you make a good point that they're called commissioners.
right, but it's commissioners for all of them, right?
No,
Aren't there-
NBA president is Adam Silver.
Okay, so who was the first president of the NBA? That's what we need to figure out.
I don't know.
And he also said it was the champion of a minor league. So this is like the G League trophy.
Could be the
Maybe.
G League, could be
Right,
a minor league baseball trophy, but again,
Why would
they are technically called commissioners, not
right?
presidents. Because I'm pretty sure that's Kennesaw Mountain Landis for
Yeah,
baseball.
I think you're right about that. That's that name. Yeah.
But
So
I don't know about minor league teams winning the Kennesaw Trophy,
the Mountain Land is
the Mountain Landis Trophy.
so,
And then if it's NHL, then
right.
I'm
We're screwed.
like, yeah, that's
But I don't even think, even if we got all 5 clues, are we gonna be able to name the first president? The clues have to help us there. It's like
I'm sure I know the name if this is NBA, but it's not something I'm going to think of right now.
Like, this is a guy in like the 40s, then, right? Because the early 50s. So
Yeah. All right. So minor league team. I mean, this can't be football, right? Because
no, it can't. No. So it's got
So it's really we're narrowed down to 3,
right, and
because there's definitely obviously minor league hockey and minor league baseball.
right.
I
Is this
guess
like
technically the G League is minor
Right.
league basketball.
so unless this is what the AHL is, this the AHL? Maybe that could be the minor league, and then whatever the trophy is for that. I don't know,
Obviously, we need another clue.
because we need to get a sport. Like, we don't even know what sport this is.
Yeah.
So
We need
yeah,
another
I
clue,
think we
Dan.
need another one.
All right. Question 4. The last time I was awarded to a team whose parent club also won the championship was in 1995.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
So let's say, okay, I think I understand. So let's say the Chicago White Sox won the World Series. The Birmingham Barons would have won something.
But he said
that kind of idea.
But it could also be the Charlotte Knights then. Wouldn't they technically be the parent club of the Birmingham Barons if they're AAA?
That's why
in that scenario,
maybe this is not multi-level.
So are we supposed to know who won the AAA championship in 1995?
Or it could be. I mean, it might not be It might not even be baseball. We still
Right.
don't
I'm saying, well, if it's baseball, it's the Braves. So if it's basketball in 95, it's the Rockets. And then if it's hockey, I don't know who won in 1995. I know the Rangers won in 94. People don't shut up about that back home.
These 4th clues have been killing us. It's just like it gives us slightly more information, but it doesn't help us solidify anything.
I'm leaning against baseball.
Yeah, because
the multi-levels,
right? That's
so assuming it's basketball or hockey. The Rockets won in 95. So
this still doesn't help us because we need the name of the
person,
guy.
The guy.
That guy.
I'm thinking this is hockey because of how quickly they got it. Because obviously Eric's going to know the first NHL commissioner or president. Sorry.
Wait, we also have the clue about what the first winner was. The Stars.
Well, right, that's obvious. Right, Dallas Stars.
But it's probably not. It's not the
Minnesota North Stars. Do they have stars in their affiliates as well?
Maybe.
Stars, to me, it's probably Texas. Or, I mean, I guess, could California have stars because of, Hollywood? But, I mean, it's probably Texas because Lone Star State, San Antonio Silver Stars, Dallas Stars, there's stars all over the place. So if it's hockey,
they're big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
That's right. So
it was that team with the stars with 2 Z's at the end, right? For the WNBA team.
I don't think it's that.
No, it's not.
So if this is NHL, maybe the Dallas Stars did win in 95.
Well, no, those are separate. The first winner was the Stars. The last time that the affiliate and the team won is in 95. So, I mean, this probably predates it much, much earlier. But
yeah, I think we need the 5th clue, and I think we need 6, 7, and 8 after that.
Yeah. And maybe all of the letters but one, and then maybe we can fill in the last
letters.
Because I have nothing.
Yeah, we'll take the next clue, Dan.
All right, clue number 5. My current owner is the Charlotte Checkers.
What?
So the Charlotte Checkers.
This is a NASCAR thing?
Minor league racing.
I mean, Charlotte Speedway, checker
it's
flag.
Not Big Four.
I mean, at this point, I don't know.
That's well. Let's say this:
Checkers.
it's not baseball, right? Because there's definitely not a Charlotte Checkers in baseball.
I don't remember a G
in
League
minor league
team.
baseball. No, I don't think. I think this has to be hockey.
Well, that doesn't.
The chubby Charlotte Checkers. Is that what they're called?
In Britain, it'd be spelled with a Q-U-E.
Jeez.
I don't even have anything to muster against.
We just need to pick a hockey name and then put
name
the
a trophy. Let's name some
after
trophies. Name some famous guys.
Who would have been the first commissioner of the NHL? Which is what? How many years ago? 100 at this point.
Yeah.
Like, did Gordie Howe have a dad that like?
Did the Prince of Wales?
This could be Gordie Howe. He's old as hell.
Gordie Howe did have a dad.
So you know that?
Really? Confirm?
Is it Art Howe?
Yes, Art Howe was Gordie Howe's dad.
It's Elias Howe.
We just need to pick a hockey last name and then put the word trophy after it.
I
Hold on, let's do this. I know some alumni from Pepperdine. Let's see if that.
Jim Everett. What's the connection with Jim Everett? In
right.
Hockey?
Well, it's probably Pepperdine. I know Dennis Johnson went to Pepperdine.
The Dennis Johnson Trophy. There it is.
Chase Crawford, the actor from The Boys, went to Pepperdine.
Crawford sounds like a name for a commissioner. There you go.
Yeah, it does.
President Crawford.
The Crawford Trophy. If that's not a thing, it needs to be. Can we start giving out the Crawford Trophy on this podcast? Just for how cool that sounds.
It's my wife's maiden name.
Is it? That's awesome. Well, now we know why you married her, because she has the same last name as the first NHL commissioner.
Yes, that's
love at first sight. All right, you want to just do that?
Yeah,
Did we want to call it the Crawford Trophy or the Crawford Cup? I feel like the Crawford Cup sounds cooler.
Oh, there you go.
Right? All right, Dan, we're going to check in with the Crawford Cup.
All right. And first of all, just before we go to find out what the actual answer is here, I just want to apologize to you two. You had no shot at this one going in.
Thank you.
I didn't know what the teams were going to be when I wrote this question. But yeah, Eric and Alex, why don't you go ahead and tell us what this is?
I immediately went to hockey because, Dan, you told me there was going to be hockey questions, and we haven't really had any yet. So I'm like, all right. And then the first commissioner is Frank Calder, and the Charlotte Checkers are actually the former Albany River Rats. If Dan, I don't know if you had that in your flavor text or not, who won in '95, the same year as the Devils affiliate. Anyway, I know way too much minor league hockey information, but we checked in with the Calder Cup.
One team will be getting the points on this one, and the correct answer is the Calder Cup. However, the Crawford Cup is my new favorite non-existing trophy.
Hey, we had the alliteration and cup. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, I've heard of the Calder Cup. I thought that was like an NHL thing. I didn't realize that was minor league.
I thought that was named after famous mobile artist Alexander Calder.
We can name a trophy. We'll now have a trophy. We can name it after my father-in-law. His name is Dick Crawford, and it's the Dick Crawford Cup.
Great name. Dude, the River Rats were like incredible in the 90s when I was growing up. Like, because I mean, they played 10 minutes away from where I grew up. Those commercials, man, they had the coolest commercials. They had like jingles. It was awesome.
Who was the mobile artist you said?
Alexander Calder. He was probably the most prominent mobile artist of his time. He's
mobile, like a home,
like moving. It's art with moving parts to it. It's like on string kind of thing.
I thought he meant was like a guy that did paintings outside of a mobile. Like he was just outside of the gas station.
I said mobile as opposed to like.
I thought he had a phone. He was
that's
the first
going
ever
into
cell phone.
that's going into the liner notes for today.
There you go. See, I'm at least if I don't know the answer, I'm going to give you something.
I was like, Mason knows more than one artist from Mobile, Alabama.
It's T-Mobile.
No, I don't want to say Mobile.
He's the best T-Mobile artist ever.
In those commercials with that girl,
yes,
with Matt Stafford.
That's AT&T.
Oh, whatever. Same difference.
Oh my goodness.
It's very sad. We got all 15 clues and we got a combined 20 points on the entire round. That's.
I'm actually glad we got points.
Yeah.
So after the third quarter, we have a score, and it's getting out of hand of Evander Kane is a bag of crap, has 380. And remember Robert Meacham. Remember when Robert Meacham was leading this game, has 250. And that will bring us to the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total. The categories for today are as follows. No taking that back, in reference to the NFL. Mr. 2000, in reference to Major League Baseball. Doing it all, in reference to college basketball. And it took you long enough, in reference to the Olympics. It's now time for the teams to place their wagers. Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question number 1 in No Taking That Back. Who was the first NFL running back to finish the season with 10 or more carries and gain negative yards?
We're going to check in.
All right. Remember, Robert Meacham is checked in. Evander Kane is a bag of crap. You can talk it out.
I love that you had to say that like 100 times.
I've added steaming to it every once in a while.
Anyway, Alex, I'm pretty like when he said this, the first guy that came to my mind is Reggie Bush. He did it in Buffalo, like 2016 ish. It wasn't because he was injured or anything. He was just the Bills were bad and he's bad. So
if you like it, I'm good with that.
I mean, I don't think anybody else has done that. So because it's pretty hard to not have positive yards as a running back, but. Yeah, we're going to check in with Reggie Bush for 100 points.
All right. And remember Robert Meacham. What did you say?
Yeah, immediately I typed to Mason Reggie Bush because I know for a fact that happened.
Yeah.
Was pretty sure it was the first and I think only time that's happened. Wasn't positive on it, but then when I factored in the category name of No Taking That Back, possibly in reference to his Heisman, it all kind of made sense. So we checked in for 100 points with Reggie Bush.
Both teams getting their points, and Scott, you did catch the category name. It was No Taking That Back in reference to Reggie Bush. It's 2016, finished with minus 12 yards, I think.
Terrible.
I thought maybe the question was going to be about Derek Johnson of the Chiefs, who dropped like 10 pick sixes in his career.
Oh wow.
But how do you know that there would be pick sixes?
There's no way to know. There's no way to know.
Every interception could be a pick six. I mean,
Yeah.
He dropped them all while he was in the end zone.
Like 1 yard away.
He just Leon Letted it. He just.
Question number 2 in Mr. 2000. Who is the only player with 2,000 career hits and 2,000 wins as a manager? And I'd like to thank David Lux for giving me these last 2 questions.
Seems like
of course.
Yeah, that question has David Lux written all over it, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We'll check in.
All right. Remember, Robert Meacham has checked in. So Evander Kane is a great big steaming bag of crap. Talk it out.
Joe Torre's the first name came to my mind. I know he had a decent career as a player, and he was on the Yankees coach, winning 100 games every year for 10 years.
Yeah, I don't like the name. I thought of Joe Girardi as well, but
I just don't think
I try to tell Eric. I tend to confuse the two. They kind of run together in my mind, so I'm not very good at keeping that straight. So,
all right. So I say we go
Joe
Torre.
Yeah,
with it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go with Joe Torre for 10 points.
All right. And remember Robert Meacham, what did you say?
Yeah, that was Scott sent a couple names over. The first one clicked for me was Joe Torre. I mean, if you think 2,000 wins, say you're decent manager, 90 wins a year, that's 20 plus years. So, I mean, it has to be someone who had a long coaching career. And it kind of made sense as far as that. So we check in Joe Torre for 100.
Both teams will be receiving their points. Correct answer is Joe Torre. Now, what this would have made an incredible coin toss if we would have used it for that. Did Joe Torre have more hits as a player or more wins as a manager?
I'd say wins, but
I'd go hits. That's the first thought, but
he had 2,326 wins as a manager and 2,342 hits.
Wow.
As a player. So it
yeah,
was
very
hits,
good coin
but not by much. So, all right. Well, we have a very close game going into question 3. Right now, we have, remember, Robert Meacham has 450, and Evander Kane's bag of crap has 490. So let's move on to question 3 in the category of doing it all. Joe B. Hall is one of 3 people to win the Men's National Collegiate Athletic Association basketball championship as a player and as a coach. I need you to name the other 2.
All right, we're gonna check it.
Evander Kane is a heaping bag of crap, has checked in. Remember Robert Meacham? You talk it out.
So
trying to think of guys that played and then coached, and like a Steve Alford, but he's never won a national championship with Iowa.
I like your first answer that you gave because I wasn't sure about. I think he won one as a coach.
I believe it came up on this podcast before that Bobby Knight won as a player.
Then I would say I'm pretty sure he's won one as a coach. It's. I mean, he was at Indiana for a long time. I would probably put him on there, but I can't think of any other.
Maybe Boeheim. I know he played.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he played and was on a pretty good team.
Yeah, I don't know where he went, so I wouldn't hate that as an answer. I can't place any other coaches as being on a team that's won a national championship.
I'm good to go with Knight and Boeheim.
Yeah.
We are going to check in with Bobby Knight and Jim Boeheim for 50 points.
And Evander Kane, bag of crap, yada, yada, yada. What did you say?
We also had Knights. I was thinking Larry Brown did it at North Carolina, then at my hated rival. But I'm second guessing the Brown one now. I'm worried that what he's known for is winning the NCAA and NBA championship as a coach. So, but we checked in with Knight and Larry Brown. 10 points.
Neither team will be getting points. Bobby Knight is correct. The other one who did it at Kansas in the 1950s, Dean Smith.
Ooh,
really?
I had that name pass through my head, but I didn't think
I didn't even know he played.
That's why I was like thinking of 80 like coaches when Scott was saying 80s. You know, I was like, I didn't think Dean Smith played anywhere, but apparently he did.
Yep. Yeah, he played in the mid 50s for the legendary coach Fog Allen, who also coached Adolph Rupp.
I hate old people names.
Dutch Lonborg and Ralph Miller.
Jeez. Dutch Lonborg.
Good old Fog and Dutch.
Take me back to the days of Dick Crawford.
So we've had a scoring update after that last question. Evander Kane has a big, flaming bag of crap named after him. That's they're at 480. And remember, Robert Meacham is at 400. Going into the fourth question, which is in the category of it took you long enough. This country did not win an Olympic medal until 1984. 24 years later, they won 100.
We'll check in.
Robert Meacham has checked in. So Evander Kane, all that jazz, talk it out.
I mean, I don't even know why we're thinking about it that much. We didn't wager anything. So I don't. Whatever you want to go with is fine with me. We can just go Chinese Taipei. I think. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm wondering if it's China itself. I don't know. Again, their history prior to 1984, but the 2008 Olympics were in Beijing. So I'm wondering, that's a lot of medals. 100 medals.
Oh, is that what it? Okay.
Yeah, he said they won 100 medals in 24 years after 1984. So that's the 08 games. I think that was Beijing. So I wonder if it's China. That might be too few medals for them.
I'm, if you're
I
catching
feel
on
like
that
China
better than
is-
I have, that's more than I'm.
And we didn't
going
wager
from.
anything, so
Yeah.
who cares?
All right, let's just go China.
And Robert Meacham, what did you say?
Yeah, so I jumped to 2008 and thinking that, that's the Beijing Olympics, it would make sense that China would have a lot. I was starting to think a little bit about it. It may have been politically they decided to stay out of it for various reasons until 84, I guess. We didn't have anything better. Dan also danced around 2008 without saying it, so that kind of made me think maybe it was, he didn't say explicitly 2008, he said 24 years later, so maybe he was trying to kind of hint us there without getting us fully there. So we checked in with China for 0 points.
Neither team getting points, neither team losing points. Both teams got it correct. The correct answer is China. And I do not know why they never won a medal before 1984. I just know that their first medal came in 1984. The game has come to an end, and remember, Robert Meacham has scored a very respectable 400 points, considering where they were at one point. But today's clipboard captains, who are not winning a clipboard captain award, but are going to win the first annual Dick Crawford Cup, goes to Evander Kane is a bag of crap. Is there anything that you'd like to say, guys, before we call it a night?
Right? There you go. Everybody all at once.
Besides what the terrible halftime and third quarter questions?
Hey, I love the halftime. That was more in my wheelhouse than it usually is. So.
Well, thank you, Alex, for coming on again. Thank you for being a Patreon supporter. I hope you had some fun today. I know Dan's questions can be a little, what's the word?
Rushed.
Female. Dan's questions identify as female.
That whole, never mind. Sporting haiku round was just all,
The last 4 sporting haiku rounds I've written have been all female.
Ugh. I didn't mean to sound it like that.
Eric,
thank you.
Eric, the good thing for you is that he's running out. There aren't any female
There
athletes
can't
left.
be that many left.
I'm just going to go more obscure now.
Boy.
No, it was great. I knew some of the answers tonight. You knew pretty much everything else, and it was very entertaining listening to Scott and Mason talk it out. So it's a great way to spend my night.
We had nothing else to do.
Listen, they backed into so many, or no, just the one.
Yeah, Will Ferrell was the only one we backed into.
And it was amazing. It was so good.
Alex, welcome to the club of undefeated with more than just one appearance, more than one game played. You'll be on Eric's hit list soon, so you have that to look forward to. But we appreciate you and your support. Being a patron and being very active in the bench. We really appreciate that. Dan, it was a fun game. I got to flex in the big 3 question, if nothing else. So
And then it went downhill from there.
It literally went downhill from there. Yeah.
That was the pinnacle.
Yes. That was definitely it. But hey, look, you can write a rushed game better than most people can write a game if they've had a month to prepare for it. So, this wasn't, I didn't feel like this was any better or worse than, any other game that you've written. So it was pretty on brand for you without a missing link and a running theme. Outside of that, it was pretty on brand. So I still enjoyed myself, and yeah, it's just always fun being on with you guys. And I learned a lot, Crawford Cup and other things. So
Dan, I do want to say something. I was mowing my lawn today, and I'm just driving around. I do a lot of thinking when I mow the lawn, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I think I have to host tonight. I don't have a game written. I'm like, then I looked it up real quick as I'm mowing. I pulled it up on the schedule. I'm like, oh no, I'm not. Don't worry about it. I'm
That's
fine.
funny. I forgot I was hosting Tuesday until yesterday.
Weeks.
So
I thought I was hosting Tuesday. Well, thank you all for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes.
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.
Listen, I listened to the OT, and
Thanks.
apparently
My favorite show.
I come off as a creep, I guess, according to you guys.
What?
My team names have been whatever. Like I bring up sausage a lot.
Well, what's funny is they started
of
listing.
crap.
They started listing a bunch of them, and they didn't even say hashtag tuna fingers, which is
Right?
like my
Yeah,
favorite
tuna-
of Eric's team names.
Yeah.
I was yelling at them like hashtag tuna fingers.
Well, I get a text from my friend, and he's like, apparently I'm the creepy old guy of the podcast. I'm like, why? Because I wanted a sausage sponsor. I'll make sausages delicious.
I mean, it is.
When are we going to get an ED sponsor? That's what I need to know. Extends.
I'm surprised
We
we don't
just
have
want to
one.
let you know that we are on HIMS.
Yeah,
On and him.
we should have. We should have ED, and like depends for
You
sure.
know what we need to do?
I mean,
We need to get a little ad drop on chat roulette up in the corner when people are going from video to video.
Yeah, that's true. What I want is my goal is for every person on Chat Roulette to have our poster at least in the background, so that everyone can see
Do we really want that?
that we exist. Yeah. Why not?